Carry items number 2 and 3 till we return from executive. May I have the sunshine law notice, please?
The notice requirements of the New Jersey Public Meetings Law have been satisfied by noticing the Asbury Park Press and the Two River Times on January 3rd, 2026, stating that the regular meeting of the Colts Neck Township Committee would be held on February 25th, 2026 at 7 p.m. Town Hall, 1 Veterans Way, Colts Neck. A copy is on file in the office of the Township Clerk. Further notice was provided to the Asbury Park Press and the Two noting the meeting time change from 7 p.m. to 5:30 p.m.
May I have a roll call?
You may. Committeeman Tabia?
Here.
Committeeman Rosetta? Sorry.
Here.
Rosetta. Mayor Viola?
Here.
Committeeman Bus?
I am here.
And Committeeman Rizzuto?
Here.
Thank you. All here.
Yes,
Item number 6, Resolution 2026-52, Executive Session. Whereas the Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4-12B permits the exclusion of the public from a meeting in certain circumstances, and whereas the Colts Neck Township Committee finds that circumstances presently exist, now therefore be it resolved by the Colts Neck Township Committee as follows. 1, the public shall be excluded from any discussion or any action upon hereafter specified subject matter. 2, the general nature of the subject matter to be discussed is first, potential litigation, confidential pursuant to NJSA 10:4-12B7, and personnel confidential pursuant to NJSA 10:4-12B8. The committee will not take any action during closed executive session. It is anticipated that the session will last at least 60 minutes. It is anticipated at the time of the above stated subject matter will be made public when the need for confidentiality no longer exists. This resolution shall become effective immediately. May I have a motion to go into executive?
Moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Bus resume.
Okay, thank you.
Save it for the meeting.
Hello, sir. We're running off terribly behind schedule. How are you? Good to see you. We're gonna walk back into the conference room back here. Tom, this is Committee Woman Bus.
Tara Bus.
Carol, pleasure to meet you.
Tara, the T.
Tara.
Nice to meet you. I'm gonna be stepping up for this, so. Seeking application employment with some search firm, so I felt it was not appropriate for me to take part in this. So very nice to meet you.
Come on in. Any other, well.
I will absolutely, welcome.
Hi.
I'm here to welcome you in.
Oh, you are.
Good to see you.
Likewise.
How's everything? Thank you, thank you.
It's great for bright, shiny color on the crazy weather.
That is exactly right. That is exactly right. It's the weather's been absolutely crazy. Now, where do you live?
I'm in Wall.
Oh, okay, that's right. So you're pretty close to your.
Yeah.
How much snow did you guys get?
About 28 inches. How about you?
26. 1. Measure bigger than I have. I have one little snowman with like.
Okay.
So I basically, they're running late. I excused myself from the executive as I felt I'm actively seeking employment right now through different agencies. I thought it was best that I not partake in the process. So I basically stepped out. Finishing up one meeting now. So I told Dan I would welcome you in and have you get a seat, let you know if you need anything. Have water in the kitchen, if you're thirsty, a restroom, but if you just came from Wall.
Yeah, I just.
So if you want to have a seat, relax yourself, tell me what's new in life and what's going on. I will say, if you go farther than like that, we'll wind up on camera. And our live stream is running. Yeah, so you can see our live stream. Once we open the meeting and the live stream comes through. So.
So we're being
If-
cool.
Once we go there, just to let you know, as you started.
Yeah. You know, that-
As I say, but,
So have you applied or approached it?
Township. Hey, it is. Sid, how are you doing? Good, how are you? Good. If you want, we got, an agenda there. They're in executive right now, and they should be, so just so you know, the camera is rolling, so if you sit past the first couple rows, you'll be seeing. If I sit behind the first couple, you can see.
Yeah, I can
Well,
see.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Um, it was.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. I'm presenting with Michelle tonight. I love orange. Looks great on you.
Thank you.
I love orange in general.
I thought orange would be a good thing to go, happy and cheerful.
Yes.
So
Our girl is
my
crazy.
fire marshal told me that he needed to put on sunglasses today. I was like, I feel a little insulted here.
Who, Dave?
Yes.
Yes.
I was like, really?
Yeah.
He's like, I gotta put some sunglasses on before I get a
Oh, my
conversation with
goodness.
you. I was like, "That's not very nice." I told her I was gonna do like an introduction with you guys. They're doing an executive now.
Yeah.
Probably start late.
Oh, okay. Whatever. I'm just here for backup. I'm getting over a cold, so like I can't talk today. If she has to do all the talking. Hey, I'm here early. It might start a little late. But I think we're first to go. Yeah, I'm trying to just like that very executive, reading right now. Close that, yeah. You know what, I really should, I need to check my email, I checked it before, but that's not. Oh, I need things that I'm thinking to be quiet. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's true. All right, bye. I'm here.
No, I just didn't list it. So I came to tomorrow and I figured out where you are. Not that big a deal. What's with your school, but.
There could be something. Hello.
Oh, good.
Yeah, text you, so.
I mean, it wasn't guidance, the guidance is like, it wasn't a policy, it was the principal board that I'm not sure.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, about that, we don't know. Whatever. Have a chance to fix. So just logistics, like, I mean, the room looks like this, so there's 3 kids. Do you want them to come on at a time, do you want them all to start the games, do you want to wrestle it up? No, I'm gonna be there.
You can go Terry, yeah, I think it's Terry over here, yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Sure. Okay,
Yeah.
so the chair's terrible. Outside with their own traffic and I'm trying to shout. I mean, if you don't mind, I think it'd be easier, so I'm gonna speak and Terry's gonna do all the hanging on the stuff.
Yeah.
It's probably easier if the kids all went up there in the beginning, otherwise I do feel like when you call them up in the beginning, I'll have some more time.
Yeah, no, that's
So I can.
streamlined. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Sure.
Whatever you want to put up here. On the table. Okay, good, I'll lay it out. Yeah.
Let's do that now. This is 3 kids and 5 sets of stuff. I don't know, kids are ready. Kids are ready.
For them, and I love having the opportunity.
And I do, I mean, I really just some stuff out for us, but, I mean, more than 50% of our responses come from them. I don't know why that is. So I'm hoping the kids might offer some insight into this. I mean, a lot of these things, like, the kids have so much to do with, a lot of them are interesting. But sometimes, like, we find that maybe not us, but like the larger organization, like, likes to share tips, like, how they approach things, what they do. And if you get a teacher, I'm not saying I'm trying to get teachers to do this, but if a teacher starts to offer extra credit or something, you get a lot. So I'm just curious if that's what happened, because, we got so many. Who's just a super excited teacher that was like, wow. I don't know.
Yeah,
why
we're
that-
shocked this many came from.
Because we didn't offer you guys before, we were always afraid we were gonna get too many, we put it out there, like, we got these judged.
Mm.
We tried for 4 years, we finally got one.
Yeah, essay one? That's just Andrew.
That's it, that's like our hometown, we really pushed it over there. And, you know, this year we decided like, last year we got a handful not from Middletown, and it was like, well, Middletown's just not with it, like, we can't limit our capacity because we're so afraid Middletown's gonna kill us, because that's. Maybe Coast Guard's gonna let us out, get the deadline, they could tell their friends, but like. Here, do you want to leave this out? Yes.
so you don't have to put anything up
This is
there.
the forms of
There will be a light that turns on, just for the.
This is, okay, these are the things for parents with our own winners, so then however you like them. This is first for, Abby Hammond.
I gotta put my glasses on. Abby?
She gets that. These are the checks, and then next is Catherine, and then next is, Martina.
Abby is the citizen.
Citizen.
Yeah, citizen.
So she gets the certificate and the pen. And
Do you have
these,
the pen? Okay. I'm gonna leave my things.
where's your coat?
I didn't, this is it.
It's just.
I'm gonna leave it here so then when I go out, I'll
So
just-
you can have it on right here. We don't close the street, so you guys can see it all out there.
Oh, we should, what'd you say, we should look over that?
You are live streaming.
You were live streaming.
Yes.
I
I
sent,
just wanted you to know.
I sent the
before
link to
someone-
our channel of it.
Before someone. goes up there.
Okay, so-
Pick your nose.
Okay, so where are the kids supposed to stand? In there?
I don't know, maybe right here. There's probably more room here. She said microphones are not working, so we can move it away.
That's okay. It's
When she comes back.
It's a really small thing. Oh, well, how am I gonna ask the kids to come?
Well, I'll stand. Isn't there glasses?
So this is us. This is us. I mean, I feel like the kids, the way it flows, like kid thing, kid thing, kid thing.
Yeah, that's fine.
This is time for Abby to come.
Abby, you're second in your first place.
Yeah, but what I gotta say, can Abby, Catherine, and Martina come up? I was just calling them here. See, still not dressing.
Oh, please, I had to put these on. I wanted to wear boots that had some traction. So good. I was on the couch all day.
Okay, so this is 4 minutes of reading. Okay, so this is us, this is the background, this is some words I got off the website. This is the good citizen, and then you'll give her
Pin and certificate.
that's her.
And then I'll do,
The second place, then this is the essay contest, and then I put a little quotes from her essay. So we could, John's Angles, and then that's her, Martina, Citizen.
You look at.
she's the first place.
Getting nervous.
Okay.
So that's it.
Got it.
Okay. Is it okay to put it there, or should I put it up here? Put it up here. I feel like I'm too
It's where
in.
you're gonna stand, well, yeah, if you want to understand the other side of this, and then maybe the students,
Well, I want to get the parents first.
maybe the student.
Before
This is the
Abby.
You put it on you. And then maybe then the students, I feel like, where is this camera? It's there. It's like I'm really far away.
Catherine is the winner.
Catherine's the second place.
Okay.
Oh, because it's kind of tuned for them, so maybe the students should stand here. Then this is like set up for the
Oh,
committee
okay.
people.
Yeah, they can't see them over here.
Then they can't, so,
Okay,
so maybe you should put them here.
okay.
And then you can stand here, and then the students can stand like here.
Okay.
You can even like, line them up here, and then I'll stand like over here. I mean, I'm already at the edge of the camera.
Martina is the grand prize.
How's that? Yeah?
That's fine.
And then it's Martina.
Martina, right?
I don't-
I just need the parent
I
forms.
have no idea taking pictures.
She said getting ready to be late. Yes.
Are you one of our students?
Yes, I'm Adam.
Oh, yeah. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Thank you.
I'm Abby, I'm Terrier.
And you must be Abby's mom.
Yes. Nice to meet you. Did you get in touch with them? Good. They're usually going by, yeah.
She didn't ask me about it, I'm a student.
Um,
I'm feeling slighted.
so Terry's mom is like actually a combination and we'll go back, so we're really excited about it. And then we'll just, I have a little thing to say about the organization, and then I think it's easiest if we call these two other students. We could call three of you up, so it's not so much up and down the chairs. And then, Terry will stand here, and this is Terry, and she'll be handing you things, and then I think if you guys stand right there, because the camera's here.
Okay.
Then-
Yeah, so I think stand in there.
Okay.
I need you, Mom, to fill
Oh, okay.
this out.
It's a photo release. I'm not even really sure we need it because
Oh, okay.
you're already at the public recruitment meeting.
We don't like.
But we're just crossing T's,
In
dotting
case for
I's.
some reason you don't want us to do anything with her photo.
Yeah,
We
we
would
put
really,
it on our
our
website.
newsletter,
That's fine, yeah.
our social media, if we put our social media, I think Cole's gonna pick it up.
Right.
So, yeah.
What's today?
25th.
I only wrote it like 20 times.
And I do know something about this, because you guys have to send it over. So you're currently in that person.
Oh, yes, I am.
Steve,
Yes.
what are you majoring in?
Quantitative finance.
I'm an engineer by training, that's my husband. We try to get my one daughter who's very kind of maybe like you to do quant, and now she's just regular finance.
Okay.
But we knew a couple of people who went to that program students.
Yeah.
Took her class and stuff. So I know.
Oh,
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where is your daughter?
She was Villanova. She graduated in 24. So she's been out of school almost 2 years now. She's working in the city in Galveston.
Yeah.
And I actually have twins, but then my other daughter was gonna be real estate, but she decided to change finance, so we have twins, it's all finance. So she's doing that in Jersey.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, it's
And the
exciting.
kids that went to Stevens, they graduated, are friends in quantitative?
Yes, they
finance?
both graduated, I don't know what happened to them.
Uh-huh.
This has been a couple of years.
Right.
I don't know where they all went, but I know the program because we toured the school
Right.
and we listened to my finance program. And I have a friend who has a kid older than my kids, so maybe he's like 27 or something. He's like working in Chicago, like, in that field.
Yeah.
Just feels like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's interesting.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny, like, I don't know, like, what your classmates all do, but like, I just see like the world's like a big like inflection point for people changing careers, you know?
Yeah.
There's a lot of careers going on inside, and like, some people your age are gonna pick things and like, they're not gonna have.
Be
any
around in a
time.
couple of years.
They're not really letting you get a job when you graduate, that's 4 years out for some
I know.
things that won't be replaced.
Well, with AI and all, it's crazy.
And it's just moving so fast.
Yeah.
And you used to run lots of
Well,
books,
not really.
now
Yeah.
it's just every world.
Yeah.
Well, like accounting, like things like that,
Counting, like,
that'll be
I
fun
would
too.
say that that's gonna start going.
Because I said to her years ago, remember I said it's a great field to go in, you know, you have your own, you know, firm and all, but,
You used to think that, not that long ago.
anymore, yeah.
And now it's like. The more you say, I don't know.
Getting over the cold, so I'm like trying to keep distance. Yeah. Mr. O'Brien. Okay. I said Mr. O'Brien, and I'm like, get it.
Excellent feeling. It's a guy.
She's a son, she's a
I
son.
feel like I have that too. Some things I
I
hear
see
very
most of
loudly and other things I
Yes, he's in the business.
See,
No, I feel both.
And he feels good, his back's
So
really
you
well.
wouldn't cross answer. Oh, good for them.
My dad suffers from that.
Yeah.
Steve told me a while ago that, you know,
The
his
state
back
conference
issues
is
were like,
next
oh,
week.
my dad
So
had
everyone in New
little
Jersey,
surgery.
we're going
but
to
he's still strong.
Okay, well, that's good, and I didn't put that in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Do you graduate?
Not really, I
Well,
mean,
we have it
I
in
mean,
the,
with the snow, yes, but I
No.
don't know, I'm not talking like.
Oh, right. No,
I'm
you're
like,
not.
if I get something, I'm saying something, like,
No,
I mean,
we
I'm
actually
not
did
that
that.
Oh, that's
serious.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
A little bit.
But see, that's
It's weird. I was, when I went to the ladies' night out, the school, fundraiser, bingo, and I just stayed there and got something. There's just a couple moms who sitting with their kids were sick, and I said, well, I got it from there. I said, that's all I can do. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think about,
I'm
I have
feeling
lists,
better.
like, I have so many lists on my notes app, and I just.
Yeah. In my head, in my head, I think it's so much. I don't know.
Yeah, but if you want to send it, or should I put it in the side, it's gone. Yeah, oh, yeah.
What's that?
Yeah.
And you don't know, do you know them?
No, no.
It's Catherine Hunt and Martina Marciano. Do you know them? They're in 10th grade.
No, I don't know anyone.
Oh, that's right. I don't know much about what they do because they were essays. They're totally different program.
Okay.
So I don't know what they're doing there. But your mom didn't know anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's all because oh, I actually was gonna ask you, did you, okay, you're in new school for us this year. And it's interesting how your school page, it was, so I don't know how they pick it, it all gets really interesting. But they pick you. Did they offer you a chance to represent?
She did.
Okay.
But I didn't really have a lot of information about it, and it was kind of in the middle of the college season. I was starting to write those essays, and then when I got around to it, I missed the deadline. And I was waiting, like, when my guys had. I was like, yeah, I'll tell you that essay, and then he was like, no, it's past the deadline. And I totally wrote something.
Oh, no, I was just curious, because sometimes we found with another school, say, they had a student chosen, and then they told us, well, we have a student chosen, but she doesn't want to write the essay, so we're not going to show up. And we're like, and we just thought that was confusing. Like, so we just felt like every couple of school and guys kind of understood.
The driveway goes down to the street, and at the bottom, there's a fence. You can start going up, and you're gonna get hurt, so it's all momentum. So if you work hard with the houses on the way,
We don't have the area, but they
and
said.
listen around to it, so there's a lot of my houses go down, makes it
Yeah.
water, eventually we get the cars back down the side.
Because I said, I applied early to Stevens, so everything was set by the first. So it's very early.
Okay, yeah, maybe it will. I don't know always like if that message is.
I wasn't listening, it's like,
We
no,
just do
no,
it by.
Yeah.
It's just nice to kind of.
Hello. I got, interesting.
So I started my campus, so I kind of understand that
and then like right after I see that, we stopped it. It was all very, like, you know, and I was like.
So this is the upper level library upstairs.
And you know, I like that. I know you but.
And my teachers, then,
Sit down.
got out there and took out his,
I don't know. To me, that's. I mean, I think since I didn't really know what to expect, because I know those stuff.
what's that?
I didn't write it.
Because I can, yeah.
I'm like, because
They're not up.
I can't just say something like, well, you know, I know that you got it, and you know, I'm pretty right. Not having a question, that's like a little stressful for me. I think that's something else is actually not even big on, but that's like that. Yeah. And I don't know, when those kids were doing that. And I was doing yeah. And it's not a question. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, yeah, we have to get back on that. Yeah. Next week. It is, yes. Are they not even here?
Because I remember when that first came.
Oh, yeah.
Upper level we going on the door? I don't know if I was like that before. There's all this water connected down to the, I don't know, beside. So there's a whole bunch of water below level. So this is going out to the lower walk, right? I'm sure this was always like that, this is like, looks like.
So what Tiffany says?
So that, this looks like bus. Stuff. This one is looking like that. This is the other way. And this is what I've seen up there, where it's all different. This one is like, I don't remember that. And I can go back and see if I have old ones. And then, so on the one end of White Oak Drive, the bus. Very destroyed the. And he has sprinklers. He's also older.
Or if you give me a phone number, so you take
Yeah, I just don't know, you know, I know he has sprinklers.
I gotta get out of but by the time they do the orange. It's gonna be the wholesale thing. And, yeah, Trudy, not Trudy. Yeah, so we, yeah, and that's what they think UW loves. The person that used to allow them to push the Martine.
You just said it, we're waiting for you to come.
But now we're getting to Friday, Thursday, Friday is the swap it. Otherwise, that's not.
Okay.
It's not actually.
But and also, war zones in this. Being discriminated against and our right to enjoyment of our property is.
No, I haven't.
We're not
Good luck to you. Then I went to Rose's, and you just have to see Rose's. It's even more nice to inside the skin. How they go into that. We could have been going to. You go and see the rest. You see the valley.
Kevlar.
This is a business district. One was, watching that sort of housing, so they get for business. I don't understand. And car wash, car wash. I will not go there. I go to Richards. And just before you get to the right, you go to right back, go to my house. Which is But anyway. Yeah. What's she doing? She's not nurse. She's great. All the kids.
Looking at you. Great. Those who want to sell mortgage. Right. Switch it up, right? There's others, there's the three other things, plus phase three, and all kinds of stuff. Happening, right? We have to protect our town, right? So it's fine. Yes.
Yeah. I made my speech. Oh, okay. 30-minute last slide, and I didn't change anything.
Right.
But that's okay. I don't want to go on top.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah, they almost done.
Yeah, we just found out. But I got, trying to get them to say where they can go up with.
What's how you
And
do
they have to have that.
Helmets.
Yeah.
All those.
Person did vote in, but I did.
Diagram of the guys and this and that.
No, there's a lot of negotiations.
Now I lost my email, and I typed it to you. That's okay. I was doing an email to you and now it's gone. Well, I was here typing it and then, but it's not here, it's in my house. Here we go. See?
Whatever, but the guys like, you didn't. It's crazy. That's what it is.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
They don't.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Those of you know, we are, so we're gonna discuss the basis of shared schemes and so on. Just as safety on, it's on the wall. She lives in the so she's a So like this.
There's different ways.
You must know that.
It's great.
Right, so, like, finally, just got, right? It's a whole, it doesn't bother me, I hear, it's a township.
I watched the president's speech last night, the first time I watched the state in ever.
Really?
Beginning to end, I watched it. I'm usually not into this.
I've been watching Stevie since I'm 5 years old. So I used to watch my parents. I would put me in my app, back. Back is, I remember watching all of them. I didn't want to break it.
Me too. I want to know how those Democrats couldn't stand up.
They weren't listening, I don't think. I don't think they were listening. There's a couple of them. That's not the fault. And then 73 of them just.
Didn't
show up and stuff like that. And then now, go from the beginning of the meeting, actually 74. Really, no, you can't. He's not a, yeah. He's not an outlaw and stuff like that, just kicking him. Yeah.
And then also,
No, I don't talk to Rob this one. The truck truck coming back. That was the game, but then I talked to Rich,
Yeah, Robbie, and he goes, well, the trains are being stuck, this and that. So I said, we're doing the new bridge, so I guess they're going slow.
For the colorectal cancer awareness, yep, actually that's it tonight because it's colorectal cancer awareness month, starting March 1st, so I got the proclamation.
Did they like to be better than me? How old was he?
So colorectal cancer is now the leading cause of cancer deaths for men and women under 50. Yes. No. Nothing. I haven't seen that.
Did you see the video?
So I also have celiac, which is allergy to gluten, and I admit I used to cheat on my diet, and there wasn't a correlation between cheating on your gluten diet and getting colon cancer. But you gotta wonder because it's a toxin. Well, it's a toxin in your body. Right, I admit I used to eat regular pizza, you know, and not, yeah, so now I don't, since I got diagnosed with colon cancer, I do not ever go into my diet. It's not, but it's a toxin in your body's fighting it, and
May I have a motion to go back into public?
Moved.
Second.
All in favor? For the public's edification, these are not broadcasting. They are working on the microphones are not working in the back. We had a setback with the storm surge. They are working for the live stream, but if you have difficulty hearing, you're going to need to move up. We'll speak as loud as we can, but you're going to need to move up. I would like to ask the public to rise and salute the flag. Remain standing afterwards for a moment of silence and reflection. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Going to call an audible and move item number 8 in place of number 7. We'll do a proclamation following the presentation. Daughters of the American Revolution Citizen Award. I'm going to ask Committeewoman Buss to take over.
Oh, well, thank you. It is, so am I not supposed to speak into the microphone?
You're supposed to speak
You-
loudly.
Okay, I can speak
It's
loudly?
going to
Okay. So thank you. Good evening, everyone. Sorry for the delay. Our executive ran over. I want to invite up Terry Daniele and Michelle Donnelly, who are from Daughters of the American Revolution, which is officially the National Society of the Daughters of the American Revolution, which is a nonprofit, non-political volunteer organization. This has been around since 1890. And basically their mission is to focus on historic preservation, education, promoting patriotism. So I'm very happy to have you guys here. Michelle, you are the regent, which for those people who don't know what a regent is, it's basically the president. And this group connects women who share Revolutionary War ancestry, which we have one of our fellow DAR members over here, Attorney Bennett, with deep history and roots. They engage in community service. They do cemetery restorations, marking of local patriots, and participate in patriotic and educational activities. So I just want to welcome you and say thank you and speak loud.
Okay, thank you. Well, mine speech is shorter now. Tara gave a great background on our organization. And 2026 is really a special year for us because it's the American 250. And we're honored to be here tonight to recognize several students from Colts Neck and encourage them and others to learn about history and foster patriotism. Understanding our nation's past not only helps young people appreciate the sacrifices and achievements that have shaped our country, but also helps inspire them to contribute positively to our future. So if Abby and Catherine, you can come up. Our first award tonight will be the DAR Good Citizen Award to Abby Herman. This award recognizes high school seniors who help renew and strengthen the democracy achieved by the patriots of the American Revolution through the qualities of dependability, service, leadership, and patriotism. This award seeks to recognize and uplift these young citizens as a shining example to others. Abby was chosen by her Colts Neck High School Guidance Department as a student in her grade who best exemplifies these qualities. One of her notable accomplishments is the creation of Math with a Mission. It's a nonprofit dedicated to educating students in Ghana and making sure they have school supplies. So congratulations, Abby. We have a certificate and a pin for you. And then the DR also offers several essay contests for students with winners at the local, state, regional, and national levels. Our high school essay contest asks students to select a person from the American Revolution and discuss how he or she influenced the course of the revolution and the contributions the person made to the founding of a new nation. Students may select any person, a well-known figure or an everyday person, and who supported the revolution in either a large way or a small way. Our second place chapter winner in this division is Catherine Hunt. She chose to write about Thomas Paine, the author of Common Sense. So to quote Catherine a little bit from her essay, sorry I forgot to tell you that, Paine weaponized the power of the masses, which is to say he recognized the futility of writing political pieces only meant to be read by the hyper-educated and politically inclined. Paine used simplistic common language in his pamphlet. He made use of analogies that his readers could relate to. In total, nearly 500,000 copies were sold. By making his writings accessible to all readers, he was able to broaden the scope of his reach and magnify the electrifying effect his writing had. So congratulations on your essay. We hope you too will have a tremendous reach in your future accomplishments and leave a meaningful and lasting impact. So thank you. Can we take a photo?
Yeah, and I just want to congratulate you guys. This is open to a lot of students, and to be chosen is really an honor. And what DAR does is phenomenal. And for you guys to play a part in that, I think is great, and to be recognized for it. So congratulations. If we get a nice group picture, if that's okay, if you guys want to come over here with them from DAR, and don't worry, we're going to send it off to the principal for positive stuff. So if you guys want to come over to the middle, if you guys want to just stand behind.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much for letting us
Thank you
come.
so much, Michelle. Thank you, Terry. And just so you guys know, we are actively working with DAR to get our Revolutionary War soldiers' graves marked in our town. And by the way, for you guys, we did it first. You don't have to stay. So don't feel that you need to stay. You can if you want.
We'll be here all
But
night.
thank you guys. So we
Thank you.
appreciate everything you guys do.
Proclamation. Mayor's proclamation proclaiming March 2026 as Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month within Colts Neck Township. Whereas colorectal cancer is the second leading cause of cancer deaths in the United States among men and women combined. Whereas colorectal cancer is one of the few cancers that can be prevented with timely screening. but 1 in 3 eligible Americans are not up to date on their screening. Whereas colorectal cancer is increasing at an alarming rate among young people and is the leading cause of death for men and second leading cause of death for cancer for women under the age of 50. Whereas in 2025, there were approximately 154,279 new cases and 52,900 deaths from colorectal cancer in the United States. Whereas when colon cancer is found at an early stage, stage 1 or 2, the 5-year survival rate is 91% versus 16% when found at stage 4. Whereas the national goal established by the National Colorectal Cancer Roundtable is to strive to increase timely colorectal cancer screening rates to 80% in every community for all Americans eligible for screening. Whereas observing a colorectal cancer awareness month during the month of March provides a special opportunity to increase awareness and offer education on the importance of early detection and screening of colorectal cancer, whereas likely to be diagnosed with and die from colorectal cancer than Americans in urban areas, whereas American Indian, Alaskan Natives, and Black Americans are more likely to die from the disease than other groups, whereas colorectal cancer is expected to account for 12% of cancer deaths among Hispanic men and 9% of cancer deaths among Hispanic women. Now, therefore, I, Michael Viola, Mayor of Colts Neck Township, together with the entire Colts Neck Township Committee, do hereby proclaim March 2026 as Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month within the Township of Colts Neck. Michelle, would you please proclamation? If there's anything you'd like to say, please say it loud. Thank you.
You want to read President Lou photo up?
Pardon me?
Can I read something first?
Yes, you
Okay.
Michelle is a survivor.
Thanks, Mayor.
Michelle,
Viola.
could you just use the microphone? Because even though it doesn't look like it won't work, it will pick up
It'll
here.
pick up for this. You're not going to hear
You
it.
won't hear
Okay.
it. It's just going here.
Thanks, Mayor Viola, the Township Committee, and our Township Administrator for the proclamation for raising awareness about colorectal cancer in March. After being diagnosed for my colonoscopy at 50 on Valentine's Day 2012 with no symptoms, I discovered that 1 in 20 people were diagnosed with colorectal cancer. Now, the lifetime risk of developing colorectal cancer is approximately 1 in 23 for men and 1 in 25 for women. Well, that is great news. Colorectal cancer is now the leading cause of cancer deaths in men and women under 50. Did you know that if colorectal cancer is caught early enough, it's preventable? Now the recommended screening age is 45. I started emailing family and friends to get the word out about the importance of being screened. I've had a few family and friends go for that ignored colonoscopy who were grateful when a precancerous polyp was found. With each chemo and checkup with my Penn Medicine Abramson Cancer Center oncologist, I would send another update of how my chemo, blood work, and scans went and reminded folks to get screened. I finished my 5 years of surveillance, but I'm still sending updates because my story never gets old, to get someone to go for a past due colonoscopy. Last year, the Alliance did a survey, and people would rather file taxes than get a colonoscopy. Not me. I host awareness events to the Colorectal Cancer Alliance and get proclamations from Colts Neck, Monmouth County, and the state of New Jersey. This year, I'm thrilled to report that with the help of the Alliance, I'm manning a table at Fresh Works at Bell Labs in Homedale on Wednesday, March 11th. More importantly, that evening, the iconic water tower in the shape of a transistor will be lit blue for colorectal cancer awareness. As a 14-year colorectal cancer survivor, I walk loud about the importance of being screened and to celebrate more birthdays.
Congratulations.
If you could, that'd be great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Glad you're healthy. Thank you. Item number 9, minutes. 2026 executive session and February 11th, 2026 regular meeting. Are there any comments or edits?
I'll second that.
Roll call.
Committeeman Spia,
Yes.
Committeewoman Bus,
Yes.
Committeeman Rizzuto,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Bezzetta,
Yes.
Mayor Viola.
Yes. Item number 10, new business. First reading introduction, ordinance 2026-01, an ordinance repealing existing section 102-15.c, development fees of Article 4, administrative procedures of the Code of Colts Neck Township in its entirety and replacing it with a new 102-15.c, development fees of Article 4, administrative procedures, providing regulations for the Affordable Housing Trust Fund, collection of development fees, and expenditures of development fees. Deputy Mayor, would you like to expand or anything?
So these are two ordinances, as the mayor said, that relate to affordable housing. By way of background, in March of 2024, Governor Murphy signed a law establishing a new framework for determining and enforcing municipalities' affordable housing obligations under the New Jersey Supreme Court's Mount Laurel Doctrine and the New Jersey Fair Housing Act. In December 2025, the state adopted amendments to certain regulations known as the Uniform Housing Affordability Controls, known as UHAC. The amended UHAC rules, among other things, made changes to regulations concerning the administration and affordability controls that apply to affordable housing units. Additionally, the state recently adopted certain Fair Housing Act regulations in furtherance of the amended Fair Housing Act, which, among other things, regulates a municipality's affordable housing obligations, including the collection of development fees and other funds deposited into a municipality's affordable housing trust fund. So as part of the compliance process, as part of townships needing to comply with these newly enacted regulations, which a township is obligated to do under the UHAC rules and the Fair Share Housing Act by March 15, we are introducing these two ordinances tonight. The first, updating the township code with respect to setting forth regulations regarding the creation, the use, the occupancy, the administration, and preservation of very low, and moderate income affordable housing units in Colts Neck, in order to comply, like I said, with the UHAC rules and the Fair Housing Act regulation. The second ordinance, development fees, and it establishes, we'll do one at a time. I apologize. So that is the update with respect to the first ordinance.
This is the first reading by title. Are there any other comments from committee? May I have a motion?
I will move that.
Second.
Roll call.
Committeeman Spia,
Before I vote, like I said, although some of this may be required as from the state of New Jersey, I believe that our affordable housing attorney should give a synopsis on the clear changes that are being recommended, not just this is the ordinance that needs to be passed. And so this way it is open and transparent for the public. I vote no.
Committeewoman Bus,
I vote yes.
Committeeman Rizzuto,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Bezzetta,
Yes, as this is a ministerial compliance with the law, I vote yes.
and Mayor Viola.
Yes. Public hearing scheduled for March 11, 2026. Item B, first reading introduction, ordinance 2026-02. An ordinance repealing existing section 102-97.1 through section 102-97.7 of Article 4 zoning and design requirements for residential districts of the Code of Colts Neck Township in its entirety and replacing it with new comprehensive regulations from the Administrative Affordable Housing and addressing the current requirements of the Fair Housing Act and Uniform Housing Affordability Controls, UHAC, regarding Colts Neck Township affordable housing fair share obligation. This is the first reading by title. Now you may articulate.
Thank you, Mayor. Just real quick, again, this is an update to comply with recently enacted laws. It essentially enacts changes to the way fees are collected and escrowed and taxation and compliance with the trust fund for affordable housing. So these are updates to existing laws with respect to how fees are charged with respect to affordable housing.
Any other comments or questions from committee? May I have a motion?
Moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Committeeman Tobia?
For the same reasons of the prior ordinance, I believe that the changes should be outlined so the public can clearly see what the proposed changes are. I vote no.
Committeewoman Bus?
Yes.
Committeeman Rizzuto?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Bezzetta?
Yes.
And Mayor Viola?
Yes. Public hearing scheduled for March 11, 2026. Item C, consent agenda. All items listed on consent agenda are considered routine by the township and are adopted or approved collectively by a single motion and roll call vote of a majority of the township committee. If discussion is desired on any item, it should be considered separately. Resolution 2026-53, authorizing the acceptance of a special demolition permit for guarantee for Block 7.21, Lot 1615 Linden Place. Any questions? May I have a motion?
Moved.
Second?
Roll call.
Committeeman Tobia?
Yes.
Committeewoman Bus?
Yes.
Committeeman Rizzuto?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Bezzetta?
Yes.
Mayor Viola?
Yes. One thing for the administrator who is out, a resident is interested in an event at Bucks Mill Park holding a birthday party for one of their children, including the use of alcohol at the community center. They have provided all of their paperwork, all is in order, and all department heads have signed off. As usual, we come to the governing body and ask if there's any concerns for approval. So I have no issue.
No issue.
I have no issue either, and I think someone had raised last time doing a special permit process, putting that in place, I think is great for us to continue to, and this would be part of that as well. So yeah, I don't have a problem with it, and we can continue looking at that process.
Committeeman Tobia?
I'm fine with that.
Deputy Mayor?
Fine with it.
Okay, we're good. Thank you. Approval of vouchers. Finance Chair Bezzetta.
Thank you, Mayor. I reviewed the bills earlier today. The total amount is $348,014.21. To highlight just a few items, approximately a little less than 1/3 of that total amount is for medical insurance. That's $110,097.66 for employees. Fees for affordable housing, $24,961. Leaf disposal, $31,348. Republic Services for recycling is $37,333. Funding for the seniors committee, luncheons and trips is $8,316.22. Annual software license and hosting fees, $22,106. Alarm updates, $41.60. And then there's a pass-through fee of $48,783 with respect to tax lien sales. These are fees that we've collected, and now we are refunding. The total of those items, there might be a JCP&L for $89.98 and gas of $66,371. The total of those items that I just highlighted total $302,475. So just about $45,000 shy of the total amount. I've reviewed them all. They are in order. And so, Mayor, I move the amount of $348,014.21.
Second.
Roll call.
Committeeman Tobia?
I will vote yes on all the bills except for the bills from legal counsel on affordable housing.
Committeewoman Bus?
Yes, with the exception of any bills related to the municipal court.
Committeeman Rizzuto?
Yes, with the exception with any bills related to Colts Neck Volunteer Company number 1.
Deputy Mayor Bezzetta?
Yes, usual exceptions, fire department.
Mayor Viola?
Yes, usual exceptions. Township Committee reports. Mr. Tobia.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. On behalf of the residents of Colts Neck, I would like to take this opportunity to thank the members of the fire department, first aid, MedStar, police department, Colts Neck OEM, the Public Works Department, Monmouth County for assisting the Colts Neck School System, and JCP&L for their communication and cooperation through this storm that was probably dumped in excess of 24 inches in the Colts Neck area. It is also should be noted that I'd like to thank all the department heads that came in on Saturday in preparation for the storm so that their normal township business was conducted, because we knew that we, potentially would have closed business. On this particular storm, I would like to, anytime that there's this type of storm and the magnitude of the resources that are available, it is difficult to get to every single street and every single area of the township in a timely fashion, just because of the volume of snow, the heaviness of the snow, and the type of equipment that we have or may not have. But overall, the contractor and our Public Works Department, and I want to especially thank Lou Bader for his professionalism and coordinating all those efforts to get that done, so that in the most part, although most places were closed on Monday, everybody was pretty much out and about for Tuesday morning to get safely to work. So, and also on the follow-up this morning with the little dusting to salt, so that there's minimal ice on that. So again, I would thank everybody that was involved in that. There's always areas that on an after action meeting and report, critique areas for improvement. We would be naive if we didn't think that there was always areas for improvement when you get to those type of magnitude and the amount of roads and the conditions we have here in Colts Neck. But considering all that and considering the size of the storm, all of our personnel did a phenomenal job, and our staff did a phenomenal job. And I thank the public for giving them the courtesy of staying off the road, moving their vehicles so that they could have an easier job of plowing. So I thank everybody involved.
Thank you, Committeeman. Committeewoman Buss.
Thank you. Yeah, I definitely think this was a storm, not quite of the century, but getting close to it. So thank you for everybody involved. The fire department, I am the liaison for the fire department. We had several fire department members, again, all volunteer, 100% volunteer, who gave up their time and were on standby in the firehouses for calls. There were
Both houses.
both houses. Have two fire departments here in town. For those of you who don't know that, both are volunteer. The last time we had two folks come from the fire department and speak on EFC. Just so you guys know, EFC is Executive Fire Council, and that is really a combination of folks from both homes, from Firehouse Number 1 and Firehouse Number 2, who come together and help look at firematics and help the department run better, invoicing, all of that. I have had the great opportunity to serve as the liaison since 2024. So I'm going into my third year now, serving as the liaison. It is my role abiding by Chapter 28 and how they run. And quite honestly, I have been impressed with what I've seen in the improvements that have been made in Executive Fire Council. There's a very large group of dedicated, determined, and professional folks in these both houses, and the way that they've conducted themselves in Executive Fire Council overall has been excellent. So I just want to congratulate them for a job well done. I appreciate the fact that throughout the storm, they've kept me in the loop. And we did have one big structure fire, which was brought down pretty quick. For those in the fire department, you guys may not consider that big. I don't know. I saw your moderate. Either way, I don't care. I run from fire. You guys run into the flames. So I just want to thank you for your service. So I do want to make it clear that the issues brought up at the last meeting were personnel in nature with the fire departments. So I'm not going to speak on the specific situation, except for to say that I have been involved throughout. And that's all I'm going to speak on it. And I do feel as if they've handled the matter very professionally. Long-range planning, we discussed cottage food operator permit ordinance. We also looked at enhancing the e-bike ordinance. The state, as Committeeman Rizzuto had brought up, that the state had expanded e-bike laws. And one of the things that was brought up in long-range planning is, should we be bringing in our public parks and recreation areas to this? So we're looking at those ordinances to expand them, make it a little bit stricter so that you can't have e-bikes throughout our township parks. Friends of the Library, our next book sale is scheduled for May 2nd and May 3rd. They are collecting not just books, Michelle's still here, not just books, but puzzles, board games, CDs, audiobooks, and viewable CDs. So I know I always say, if you wouldn't take a book to bed with you, you shouldn't donate it. I wouldn't expect y'all to be taking puzzles and those kinds of things to bed with you, but let's make sure everything's in very good condition. And do not donate a puzzle that's missing a piece. Okay? Let's just be very clear. That's very important. And lastly, with affordable housing, I just want to make a statement, because I know Committeeman Bezzetta usually gives the rundown on affordable housing. We did a public meeting. We looked at what the public is interested in hearing about for looking at for affordable housing. So some of the things that came up from that, the public is looking for senior housing, veteran housing, and supportive needs housing, and primarily looking at like adults with autism and those kinds of special needs, or adults with disabilities. So that was something that we really took seriously as a governing body. And Committeeman Tabee, I know you're new here, but you partook in some of those meetings as well. So we really kind of leaned in and focused, because one of the big things people were looking at was 100% affordable housing. Okay, so how can we fulfill our mission of building affordable housing without overdeveloping our town? So I bring all this up because last year we engaged with a lot of different nonprofits. Everything from Tunnels to Towers, Soldier On. I spoke with Kelly Donovan last May. I talked with Chris Puglisi, Monarch, Walters Group, Autism Horizon. I could go on, but one of the things that came about is looking at the need for tax credit programs in order for us to make this affordable for the town, okay, to work with a nonprofit developer. We need to be able to qualify for tax credit programs. So what we realized is we needed to kind of get a little bit of a better idea of the piece of property that we're looking at. So we kind of had to step back from meeting with all these wonderful people and all these great things that they're doing. And I know that a lot of people gave us feedback on people to reach out to, and we've met with a lot of them, some in person, some just having casual conversations on the phone, but we've taken a step back to do a little bit more digging into our properties in the town that would qualify and help us move forward if we were to do 100% affordable housing project. So I just wanted to kind of give that update. I think we got a little bit excited and kind of meeting with a lot of people, but we really needed to kind of step back and really look at the properties in our town to make sure that we're doing something that is affordable for the town and makes sense for the town as well. But we are certainly working on these proactive approaches rather than the reactive. And, you know, we're definitely listening to the public on that. So whenever we have something more concrete to share, we certainly will. And Committeeman Bezzetta, you can follow up on any other affordable housing updates as you see fit. That's all I have.
Thank you, Committeewoman. Why don't you cover that? Yeah. Committeeman Rizzuto.
Yes. So I guess I'll start with the storm as well. OEM going into the meeting, Director Badaracco was in touch with Monmouth County, so I was as well, as to coordinating the planning. Luckily, we had contingency plans for warming stations. All the generators were filled. We had crews stationed at both firehouses. And I didn't mean to minimize that call. No, it would have been a bigger fire. It was a substantial fire. Would have been bigger if we didn't have the crews there right away and knocked it down very quickly. So good job by the fire department, fire police, and first aid squad. All were out there during the storm. I just wanted to explain one thing to the public. There was some input from the public about how quickly certain streets were plowed. And a few of them, I know for a fact, had trees down in front of them. So just for public information purposes, if a tree falls down and takes wires with it, we have to wait for the power company to take the wires off before we can, the fire department or the DPW can hit it with the chainsaws, and then the DPW comes in with their front end loaders and they move it off to the side or tow it away or do what they have to do. But that doesn't start until the wires are cleared. And you can imagine in a storm of that magnitude, the backlog of downed wires was extensive. So primarily through the weekend, we had calls mostly having to do with the weight of the snow, trees coming down, taking down power lines, taking down, I don't think we had a transformer, but a lot of down power line services coming off of houses, a lot of tree limbs down, a lot of trees across streets, across driveways. The crews were out there all weekend chopping as much as they could. If there was no power lines involved, they did a great job in clearing all the trees. So I just like to commend everybody who was involved in that effort. Luckily, it wasn't as cold as the first storm, so it wasn't that bad being out there. So thank you to everyone who was involved in dedicating all your time to standing by over the weekend. Historic preservation. George Washington celebration hosted by the Colts Neck Business Association was supposed to have been Sunday night. For obvious reasons, they postponed it to coming up this Saturday. I'm sorry, Sunday or Saturday? Sunday? So I apologize. Sunday, 5 to 8 at the Colts Neck Inn. So everybody, if you didn't have tickets or you couldn't have made it that weekend, I think there's a few tickets still available if you want to purchase them. We're also keep an eye out. We're in the early planning stages of sending out a fundraising letter for our efforts in supporting a lot of our projects, but mostly for our preservations efforts at the Montrose School. For those of you who don't know, and I think everyone here does, that is our historic one-room schoolhouse that is part of many of the historic programs we do. We host many joint efforts with the county with that schoolhouse. We have programs with the school. We educate the school children. They come on field trips there. It is an asset. It is a park. It is worth preservation. There's only 3 of them left out of the 5 that were originally in town, and it's the only one that you can visit. That's a museum. The other 2 are houses. Police department, the Colts Neck Police Department Traffic Safety would like to invite everyone in the town to they're calling it a free car seat installation checkpoint. Usually they call them a clinic, but it's an installation checkpoint. We've been talking about this for a while, but the next one's coming up on March 26, 2026 from 4 to 6 p.m. at the Bucks Mill Community Center. So if you have a car seat or know somebody, parent, caregiver, grandparent, get over there because there's a lot to know about those car seats, and a lot of them are installed incorrectly, and it's very, very dangerous. So go let them cinch that car seat down and show you how to do it. And that's all I have. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Committeeman. Deputy Mayor Pizzetta.
Thank you, Mayor. 2 updates on affordable housing to pick up from what Committeewoman Buss said. As I've done at these meetings recently, I provide an update on the Round 4 mediation program. We still are waiting for a decision. We have not received it. It was supposed to be in December 31. We have not received it. When we do, we will post it on the Township website. Some unfortunate news last night from the United States Supreme Court. The lawsuit that was spearheaded by Mayor Gasali from Montvale and 29 other towns, which unfortunately was rejected by the district court and then by the Third Circuit Court of Appeals and was appealed to the United States Supreme Court. Last night, Justice Alito of the Supreme Court denied the emergency application to delay implementation of New Jersey's affordable housing laws. The rejection of that application allows the state's updated framework for requiring municipalities to plan for affordable housing to continue to move forward. There was a great deal of expectation and anticipation and hope that the Supreme Court would act. Unfortunately, they have not. I've not heard from Mayor Gasali as to whether or not there are any further steps that they plan to pursue. But for now, it appears that New Jersey's affordable housing laws will proceed. With respect to Board of Education, I watched the Board of Ed meeting on February 18th because it conflicted with our budget workshop. The recording is available on YouTube, so anyone can watch it. I encourage you to do so. Two updates. The Board of Education recognized students and staff for various achievements and awards, which was a very nice presentation. Excuse me. And moneyinc.com apparently ranked the Colts Neck Board, the Colts Neck schools K through 8, they ranked them 15 out of 600 school districts, reflecting the outstanding achievements by the students, the teachers, and the district leadership. So congratulations to the Colts Neck Board of Education and our students for that recognition. As I mentioned, we, the committee, met for budget workshop on February 18th in this room. We met with several hours where department heads and committee heads presented their requests for funding for 2026. A recording of that is also available on YouTube. We, the committee, plans on introducing the budget at our March 25th meeting. There will be an opportunity for the public to comment on that proposed budget, and then we plan on adopting it on April 29th. And that's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. I'd like to take a minute and recognize the loss from Firehouse Number 1. Their president, Tom Savage, passed away last week. Long-term member, long service, a steady presence in the House, and a good leader. So if you see, to express your condolences for the loss of his father. It's a loss to the department, and our condolences to his family. Okay, budget was covered, CMBA was covered, storm was covered. The only thing I'll say, communication throughout by OEM. A lot of texting going on back and forth, what was happening. We did get a lot of feedback from the public. They gave us good information on trees that were down, or roads that were not paved as quickly as they would have liked, as Committeeman Tabia had mentioned. It's 110 miles of roads that we have to plow. But again, thank you to DPW and all of the entities, Fire Department, Police Department, First Aid, Monmouth County, MedStar First Aid, Fire Police, Naval Weapons Station Earl. I mean, it's just obviously it was in all of Township and all of New Jersey. I think it's the first storm in 30 years or 50 years where every county in New Jersey was under blizzard watch. So it was a generational storm, but we came through it. And again, my gratitude. Recreation meets next week. I'm sorry, Colts Neck Seniors meet next week at the Inn. Doors open at 11 o'clock. They've got a trip on the 5th to the luncheon at the No Limits Cafe. The owner of No Limits Cafe came in I believe it was November or December, and gave a brief presentation to the seniors about what No Limits Cafe is. It's open for a very limited period of time. It's staffed by individuals with development challenges. They are all paid, and they work, and they put on a really nice show. So the seniors are going out there next week on Thursday, and the following week they have the Sunshine Boys at the Hundred Hills Playhouse. One last thing on behalf of Monmouth County, the confidential paper shredding times and locations has been published by the county. They'll go through the entire county over the course of the summer months with confidential paper shredding. So if you've got tax returns or financial papers or items that you want to confidentially shred, it'll be out here in the lot on September 26th from 9 to 1. You can bring up to 100 pounds. They'll take as much paper as they can. until the line is gone or the trucks are filled. Something put on your calendar, September 26th, 9 to 1. That is all I have. Comments from the public. Procedure for public comment. The Colts Neck Township Committee welcomes comments from the members of the public. Please raise your. Once recognized by the mayor, identify yourself by clearly stating your name and address for the record. Your comments will be limited to 4 minutes. Once you have finished speaking or your 4 minutes have expired, the Township Committee will respond accordingly. May I have a motion to open to public comment?
Moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, public, you're up. Jimmy, come on.
Promise I won't be 4 minutes. Good evening, everyone. Members of the Colts Neck Town Council.
We need your name and address.
Sorry about that. I'm Jimmy Carfora, 29 Wood Hollow Road.
Can you spell your last name?
Carfora. Go ahead. Okay. Good evening, members of the Colts Neck Town Council and everyone in attendance. I'm Jimmy Carfora, the Vice President of the Colts Neck Sports Foundation. The Colts Neck Sports Foundation is a community-based nonprofit organization dedicated to supporting and enhancing youth sports in our town. Through program support, facility improvements, equipment investment, and community events, our mission is to ensure that Colts Neck children have access to safe, high-quality athletic programs that promote teamwork, sportsmanship, and personal growth. I wanted to take a moment tonight to highlight the strong partnership between the Township Committee and the Colts Neck Sports Foundation. Over time, we have worked hand in hand to improve both recreational and travel sports here in town. We are sincerely grateful for the committee's ongoing collaboration and support, which has played a meaningful role in the success and growth of youth sports in Colts Neck. We look forward to continuing to work together to improve facilities, expand programming, and create even more opportunities for our young athletes and families. Thank you again for your partnership and for your continued commitment to the Colts Neck community. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks to the Sports Foundation. It is a very unique and 1964, 65 long-term
Yes,
partner with the
long-term partner
township.
with the town, yes.
Putting together high-quality programs for our youth, for them to develop their activities in sports. But you're also your contribution in helping us maintain and develop our assets to provide quality locations for these activities.
Yes,
So
and that's
thank you.
something we can intend to continue to
Thank
do
you.
going forward.
Thank
So
you.
just let us know.
Yep.
Thank you very much for your time.
Hi, I'm Mary Ellen Griffin, 36 Sunset Drive, Tinton Falls. I'm under the Recreation Committee. I'm a member of the Summer Concert Committee of 3 people, Jim Fitzpatrick, AJ Garrido, and myself. Those two are
Ma'am, could you please speak up?
those two are musicians. And this started because I believe Jim ran into a young couple who had moved to Colts Neck and expressed their disappointment that there was nothing going on here a few years ago. And so as musicians, they started the idea of concerts. We had had concerts years ago in Colts Neck, and now we started this. This would be our 3rd summer. The concerts have grown in popularity, and we offer something for everyone. It's not just rock and roll, it's different kinds of music from the conservatory to brass and so on. I'm disappointed to hear that the Township Committee has decided we have too many concerts planned for this summer. We have a schedule of 13 going through the summer, and you would like us to only have 8. I understand it's not a financial concern. So what is it? I would like to hear the rationale. Do you think summers are too long? These are wonderful community events. The people there are from seniors, your old friends and neighbors you haven't seen in months, and you think, oh, you know, Helen, you're still alive. How are you? To people with school-age children, the kids tossing a ball, people walking dogs, college kids home for the summer, and people with babies and little ones on blankets in strollers or learning to walk on the property. It's a wonderful experience. And then there's the music. And as the summer goes on, you see the little birds taking the bugs out of the sky. The lights come on the fountain in the middle of the pond. Eventually the moon comes out. It's a beautiful evening and it's magic. And I think to myself, this is why I love Colts Neck. This is our community. It's fun and it's free to anybody who comes, anybody at all. So we have 13 concerts planned. We have not drawn up formal contracts, but AJ and Jim have spoken to the musicians. They agreed on a fee. It's all set in stone, more or less. And we hate to think that we have to call them now and say, sorry about that. By the way, many of these musical groups lower their fees for us because they realize we have a limited budget. We are a township. So we're not a professional group. So I'd like to hear your explanation.
Well, we haven't, are you finished? Is that?
Yes.
I'll engage in if anybody else wants to add. That was the proposal in the budget from the budget workshop. No decisions have been reached. We're still in a deliberative position regarding the budget.
Okay. I'm sorry, I thought Colby would be here to speak, but at any rate, I thought I'd give my 2 cents. I do the publicity for the concerts, and I'm up against a deadline. We're supposed to have a photo take next Monday, next Saturday. The reporter for Colts Neck Living wants to interview the committee and write up a program, and I'm supposed to send her photographs of concerts from the last summer so that she can do a montage for her paper. So, you know, I'd like to hear a decision, whether we can have all 13 concerts or what's happening.
This decision won't be made until the budget's ready for presentation and introduction on March 25th.
Which is in March.
Ma'am, we're having a back and forth.
Yeah, I'm
It's
sorry.
a little hard for me to keep in track. So are we done with our statement or it's public comment? So you make your comment and
Oh,
then.
okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Griffin. Anyone else? Mr. O'Brien?
Kevin O'Brien, 18 The Enclosure. On transparency, it's been 3 months with one person doing 2 jobs. What is the status of hiring a full-time clerk? The deputy mayor spoke at the last meeting that we have discussed the bathroom many times at 5 points. We had an initial price of around $700,000. The deputy mayor ignored the engineer's signed initial price of $522,330. How can the public believe anything you say when you disagree with public records? The deputy mayor shared the rec center as being potentially converted to a group home. So please make all affordable housing strategies public. Don't let us hear about it on Facebook. Mayor Viola said affordable housing legal fees ran $450,000 in 2025, about the same in 24, and expected the same in 2026. At 2 hours and 48 minutes into the budget meeting, it was now $250,000. $240,000 legal fee included the consultant, and Ms. Bennett's total only for affordable housing was $138,265. The mayor's prior statement was off by $311,735. That's a lot. Legal bill in 2025, including Ms. McManus and Ms. Bennett only on affordable housing, was $497,097, or $47,000 over the mayor's price. 2026 legal bills for January, $50,278, another $24,961 in February, and you only got 70% left for 10 months to go. Despite 493 redactions in the 2025 legal bills made available via Oprah, on November 19th, review proposed development of Synergy Stables, 30-acre property at 232 County Road. Formulate fourth-round strategies and communications with special adjudicator regarding settlement discussions. November 24th, settlement discussions with Cameron McLeod at FTB Gibson LLP. November 28th, proposed changes in fourth-round strategies. December 5th, fourth-round prepare revisions to submission. December 14th, potential change in fourth-round strategies. December 31st, review New Jersey Register and rules RE sewer service area allocations. What is the proposed strategy change for round 4? Mr. Tobias, hopefully you can address this one, being the new guy on the block, put you on the hot seat. What are the unfunded mandates and how are they being paid? What are with the Colts Neck Manor issues that were in the legal bills? The builder's legal brief, as well as the fair share housing filing opposing Colts Neck, is posted on the town website. Be transparent. Post Colts Neck's court filings. They are public record per New Jersey Court Rule 1:38 court records. The public deserves the truth. Let us see the other side of the story. Where is the build plans, the timelines, and the structure types I asked about at the June meeting and Fair Housing seeks in its August court filing? Is it too late to seek a peaceful compromise with Fair Share Housing? There's still no response in explaining the $742,500 grant estimate for the park bathrooms. How can you extend the price for a grant for $200,000 when there are no plans in place? And today I got a confirmation via Oprah that there is no written estimate. Thank you for your time.
There's a lot there, Mr. O'Brien. I tried to capture as much as I could. I'm sure I missed some things, so I'll please do. I will cover what I've got. Yes, we are concerned about the clerk position. That's personnel related. We will deal with that. The budget for anything right now is deliberative. There is no budget right now. There will not be a budget until March 25th when it's introduced. So I can't tell you what we're estimating legal fees to be. What you heard during the budget workshop was the presentation by the department heads, their asks, so to speak. Now that then needs to go through the process. And your comment on the 742, was that the number you said for the grant? We have a bonded amount that we bonded back in 2022 when we were moving on this project for 542.5, 544.5, somewhere in there. Please don't hold me specifically to that number. When you come in 2 weeks, you'll say I said a number, and I'm saying it's in that 540 range. And we've received a $200,000 direct grant from DCA. So that's where that number came from. That's not an engineering estimate or a grant. The total is not a grant. The 740 that you articulated was a grant. It's a combination of a $200,000 in a grant and a balance funded through a bond ordinance. Anybody have anything else to add?
Just that I would find it to be helpful if you would email some of that as well, and because it's kind of hard to keep track of writing everything down.
Anyone
which
else
I know
from the
you
public?
sometimes do. So, thank you.
Would you repeat the dates of the budget presentations, please?
March 25th introduction, April 27th adoption. Mr. Krasinkus, please come up.
It's a little off. It's not.
You name and address, please.
Dan Krasankis, 126 Montrose Road, Colts Neck, New Jersey. I was doing a little research about the speed limits in town. I found, I don't know if it's valid or not, the speed limits in town haven't been looked at since 1998, which is 28 years ago. And now with this boom of, population around our town, I think all the speed limits on all the streets should be looked at. Basically, we back up to Homedale, Marlboro, Freehold, Howell, Tinton Falls. They're all lowering their speed limits, and they use Colts Neck as NASCAR. And then I want to know about the speed limit on Montrose Road. Again, it's 45 and 40. I looked it up. There's two cross streets between 537 and Cedar Drive. One is Montrose Road and the other one is Bucks Mill Road. I want to know why Bucks Mill Road, being the same type of road, cross road, is 35 and 25, and we are a scenic corridor and we're 45 and 40. Many people on the street and on the side streets on Parkwood and whatnot, they've been calling the police almost probably daily. Then I want to know about the left-hand turn signal. Why is there no left-hand turn signal on eastbound 537 to Bucks Mill? And then why isn't there like a sign, there's Bucks Mill Park there? Also, the bridge, I talked about the bridge. They said that there's no need for a sign on that Bucks Mill Bridge because it has no weight limit. I have 5 children, 2 are engineers. Every bridge has a weight limit. So I'll be looking into that. Let's see. And how is Rumson handling their affordable housing? You go on their website and you press affordable housing. They tell you in basic terms what is going on, how they're doing it. They have no high-rise, affordable housing there. They look in their zones of where, like, Wells Fargo went out of business, they would get that property and put like 40 units of senior living. They have seniors, well, basically what Tara Buss said. And who are their lawyers? Because they have no high-density housing in that entire town. I think we do need new lawyers because they're really not doing anything for our citizens. And then I want to say about Phalanx is 50 miles an hour. Every time we go down, I have 5 kids. One is old enough to drive. They go down there, you go down 50 miles an hour. I mean, every road in this town, except 537, 34, should be a maximum of 35. Just like you go past Town Hall, you have maybe a seat between the walkway and the road, and it's 40 miles an hour. You're worried about liability. What if somebody just goes off 3 feet, somebody's running there or walking their baby there and get hit? The speed limits really need to be addressed. And then, let's see.
Thank you, sir. Your time is up.
Okay, one more thing, please.
Sure.
Okay, you got 4 zones in this town. Zone 1, 2, 3, and 4. Zone 3 has all the affordable housing and high density housing. I think the residents of Zone 3 are being discriminated against, and we cannot have quiet enjoyment if we are putting all the affordable housing in one zone. There's 3 other zones that you need to consider to.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll take a stab at a few of your comments and then ask my colleagues to chip in. Regarding the left turn on 537, we were asked by the county engineer to provide some data from the police department. We've just provided that in the last 24 hours. That process will not be overnight. It will take time, but it has commenced. Secondly, affordable housing in Zone 3. You realize, of course, that we didn't put it there. They had ownership of the land, and they filed suit against us in 2015 to put affordable housing there. We didn't say put it in Zone 3 or put it in Zone 1, 2, or 3, or 4. That's where the property was owned by the developer who was granted intervenor status by the Supreme Court of New Jersey in 2015. So it was where they had land that they wanted to develop and help the town meet its affordable housing obligation. We did not select where it went. The only place that we did select was the business district where we put the Route 34 corridor south of 537, where we put an overlay district in place to stimulate mixed-use development, where there could be commercial development on one floor and maybe affordable housing on the second floor. That was done in 2020. That was done because we had an intervener, Coxon, who was working with Toll Brothers in an attempt to put 248 townhomes there. That is in the military influence area. So we were successful in negotiating that move to the business district. That's the only parcel of land or area of land that we've rezoned for affordable housing. Yes, Lavana was rezoned because they won the suit. Charleston Meadows was always zoned for affordable housing. That's been A4 zoning for 30 or 40 years. It went into an estate. The estate sold it to a developer. The developer then wanted to develop the housing and include affordable housing. So anybody else have anything to add regarding speed limits? I hand it to my colleague and law enforcement professional, Rizzuto.
We are working on the turtle signs for Montrose, so I don't think I forgot about that. Real quick, back to the when you make a comparison to a town like Rumson, you have to take into so Rumson is a very densely developed town already. There's not much open space. If you do a comparison to comparable towns with comparable open space and see what their obligations are compared to ours, I think you'll see that we've done, and our lawyers who you don't think have done such a good job because that was built, okay? But having said that, our obligation was negotiated to a point that I will compare to most towns around here, and we're crushing them. So no, Rumson has interveners, and I gave this assignment out a couple of meetings ago. You have to understand the concept of interveners, and Mayor Viola touched on it. We don't choose this. People get together and buy land, and then they say to the state, we can help Colts Neck fulfill their obligation. And then the rest of the system is rigged against proper planning, in my humble view, my personal view. So yes, then you get into that system. Your problem's not with our lawyers who've done a commendable job, or with the planning of this committee who've done a commendable job. And in fact, I might go ahead and do that. I'll draw up a comparison. Might take a while, but I'll draw up a comparison. And we'll talk about the different obligations and when they came down and how they came down, and in Monmouth County alone. So I hear you, but I think again you're trapped in that phase, and you seem to be stuck there of either we miss something, right? Because I hear a lot of that, or we're negligent, or our lawyers are negligent. So those are the two options that most people go through when they're in that phase of there's no way this system can be in place. But I assure you it is, and we're dealing with it quite effectively.
And
Sir, we
can
can't-
I
we
just,
can't
Because
go
they don't
back and
have the
forth.
interveners. They don't have any open space, sir. They don't have open space.
so can I just wrap this up here? So we don't have a back and forth?
Thank you.
Excuse me, Mayor, I should have respectfully said something. So don't think for a minute as we are sitting here, there was a lot of things that were done that we didn't have control over, okay? Because people own land, they chose to do what they did with it. We are definitely taking more of a proactive approach now. And some of the things that we do give thought to, just so you know, Dan, is in town and how that affects things. So that does come into play when we look at different areas of town. So yes, there are certainly areas that are denser and have more housing than others, and that comes into play in our proactive discussion. So we certainly are doing that. And lastly, just to touch on the speed limit stuff, back in the day when I did internships at the Maryland Traffic Safety Highway Committee, a long time ago, I went to all these conferences and learned all this different stuff about speed limits and engineers. There are professionals whose job it is to look at all these different factors. And I was amazed to find out that speed limits, if you do not put a speed limit in place that's appropriate for its surroundings, which would be the height and pitch of the road, where the homes sit, okay, where your area, where you live, where it's 25 miles an hour, the homes are very close to the road, so that comes into play. But if you don't have an appropriate speed limit sign, it oftentimes winds up backfiring, and you have people speeding, and it actually makes, while I know it sounds like let's do 35 miles an hour everywhere in town, it's actually going to lead to worse behavior on drivers' parts. So again, I'm not a traffic professional by any means, but I certainly think that we are working with the chief on targeted enforcement. I know in the Montrose and Bucks Mill area, and we will continue to do so with your feedback as well. And
And I'm going to bring in more specific reporting on the monthly for Montrose specifically, if you'd like to see it.
Okay. Mr. Krasinski.
Sir, you cannot speak anymore in public comment.
Please.
Thank you.
Mr. Tabia.
Yeah, regarding the speed limit, at the last meeting, I believe it was your wife that brought up the same issue, and at that time, I had asked that we, not only do we involve our police department, that we can do the traffic study with the 80th percentile, but the 80th percentile is not the only category that's used to reduce speed limits. I'd asked that our professional at T&M, that we utilize their traffic engineer to analyze the entire corridor of Montrose, taking into consideration the curves, the amount of livestock, meaning horse farms that are there, the number of driveways, the elevation change, to evaluate a true whether or not that speed limit should be reduced. And once again, I'm going to ask that we engage our professional at T&M to conduct that study along with the police department. And going back to Montrose Road regarding the left turn lane, I'd just like to dovetail on what the mayor said regarding from the county engineer. As you know, the county recently installed the dedicated left turn lane at 537 in Montrose intersection, and they are currently monitoring and evaluating how that improvement is performing from both an operational and a safety standpoint before advancing similar improvements along the corridor. Regarding Bucks Mill, like I said, they asked for additional information, as the mayor said, from the police department. That's been forwarded over to the county traffic engineer, and they'll evaluate that and add that to their capital improvement program once it's reviewed. But once again, I do believe that we should have T&M engage in a formal traffic study of the Montrose area on ways to reduce that limit.
Thank you, Committeeman. Any other
And if you need
comments?
assistance on that, I'm glad to offer that, since you don't have Public Works liaison.
Thank you. Any other members for the public wish to be heard? Mr. Orsino.
Anthony Orsino, 15 Joshua Hardy Drive. I want to bring this up to the board, Mr. Viola and the board members, on the recent storm, which is my first experience having in Colts Neck. It was a great cooperation, coordinating news, cleaning the streets. I personally didn't have any problem, but there's something I want to bring up to your attention. If it could be done, when the budget is created, there must be a reserve fund, an emergency reserve fund. Does the budget calls for an emergency reserve fund?
We have reserves.
Yeah, it should be. Okay, thanks. So in that case, I mean, this may happen on a year where we have a storm such as this, when most residents, and like where I live, there's enough people who are in senior years and they cannot get out of the driveway, even if they do shovel their own, because of the snowplow bringing up the amount of snow was excessive this year, but it brings it up to a level where there's no way to come in and out. And so when we try to do our own, it's not that easy. The snow becomes. So I'm not sure if it could be Colts Neck, being Colts Neck, and it's a city that has a lot of commodities available, paid for. If there's such a thing as when the snowplow comes on the street, and I'm talking about the streets where the snowplow comes up, if they can't get on snowplow a street, that's understandable. There's 100 miles of road or that much. I'm not sure how many homes. But if behind the snowplow there is a minimal amount of subcontracting that could follow up by going through the streets and just trying to clear driveways, physically, not clear a driveway. I'm talking about access to a driveway. To me, that is a big liability for a lot of people who could be getting stuck behind a problem where they cannot get out of the house. I was doing my own driveway last night, the night before, and there were 2 police cars sitting there waiting for emergency. They were doing their job. Obviously, it's good to see. I noticed that most of us there could not react to what's going on. We are stuck in the property, including, for example, in my house, there's a mailbox across the street. I can't even get the mailman to stop in my mailbox. And so if there is a budget available to hire subcontractors, they could help with, if not the entire Colts Neck area, but most of the property, to just open the way to a basic driveway So it's, to me, it's something waiting, an accident waiting to happen. You could have a fatality anytime because the ambulance cannot get through in there, or the policeman can't get through, or the resident cannot get out of the property. We have driveways there, easily accessible, but just getting into the driveway and out, it's because a storm like this again, if it's going to happen again, there maybe should be provision for that. If it could help, it may be it may be a dream, not come true, but it's a possibility. I'm not sure if it could be worked out, but anything could be achieved, I guess. Wherever there's a will, there is a way. That's all I wanted to suggest, basically. And I just want to finish with my 4 minutes. Phalanx Road, it's a road that I travel every day, in and out of it. Phalanx Road, the main problem, it's not so much the speed limit, but if you're coming from 520 into 34, the main problem has been there forever since it's built, and I brought this up once before. As you come out onto 34, it becomes just a single lane in and out. There's a right-hand turn, which is only about 30 feet before you get to 34. The thing is that on Phalanx Road, 90% of the cars make a left turn. They go south on 34. And you're waiting for a lot of cars to get through. There's only a right-hand turn that most people don't use. But if you want to go straight, you got to get to the right-hand turn.
Sir,
Additionally,
you're
the
over
traffic coming the other way,
4 minutes.
there's no way to know which way people are going.
Thank you,
So
Mr.
that
Sino.
intersection should be looked at.
Thank you. Your time is up. Thank you. Thank you.
Just, Mayor, legally, you cannot use public funds on private property.
Right, right. The public is responsible. I just have to be very candid with you. I understand your concern about the apron, the driveway apron, but the public is responsible for clearing the public apron.
We're doing it. I just thought maybe it would be.
But to your concern about the, there is, at least there was, and I still believe there is a countywide list of people with disabilities or vulnerable people. I would avail yourself to go on the county website. And if there's not a link already, I'll make sure there's a link for that. You can register if you're on oxygen or if someone has cognitive impairment, whatever. If you're a vulnerable person to those types of situations, so they'll know where your house is, and if there's a rescue needed or if there's any special attention needed, they'll put you on the priority there. So that already exists, and again, we're not allowed to do it, but someone told me once, and Mr. Tobik might be able to tell me, in Canada, they have a berm plow that I don't know if it exists. Someone told me it's true. I don't know if it's true. And a little sub plow that comes out and knocks the berm away from, I don't know if that's true or not, but is it true? Yeah. Right. But I would imagine those are very, very cost prohibitive.
There are also many towns that have residents have gotten together to donate their time, and teenagers go out, and there's a list of people that you can go and help dig out people that want that help.
Which is also another good idea. We could look into kind of combining the two on the township website. Maybe we could have our own list going to where people could volunteer and go out and do that. I have a snowblower.
Mayor?
Committeeman.
Just on the Route 34 Phalanx Road, Flock Road intersection, that is currently on the New Jersey DOT and Monmouth County's improvement plan that they're working together. There's going to be a dedicated through road from Phalanx and a dedicated left, and that intersection is going to be approved as part of the DOT improvement project all along Route 34, including at Conover and also down at County Route 4, which will come into a T intersection. There's a bunch of improvements that are scheduled for the next 2 years through Route 34 and the intersections in Colts Neck that were dealt with the county.
You have anything else? Anyone else from the public wish to be heard? May I have a motion to close public comment?
Moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next Township Committee meeting is March 11th at 7 p.m. this chamber. May I have a motion to adjourn?
Moved.
All in favor? Aye. Any
Aye.
opposed? Anybody want to stay?
Good night.
No, but now that I know that we're talking about snow blowers, I'm going to have to go out and
It's a
shop
great
for.
idea. 6 hours.
I'm going to get a snow blower.
Who's that? Scout, no, Silver does it. Kids, oh, I've got to do something here.